staring at yourself.
Hey sports fans, welcome to a special edition of Torah Talk. This Torah Talk is dedicated to the memory of Trayvon Martin. And we're all about justice for Trayvon on tonight's show. Let me tell you, I'm out there day in, day out, working on the cause of justice for Trayvon. I'm going to every shul for Shacharit, for Mincha, for Ma'ariv, like with my hands out saying, guys, collect, give to the cause for justice for Trayvon. And it could be a thankless task, but I'm out there walking the mean streets of Pico Robertson, me, Levi Ben Abraham, along with my cohort, Rabbi Rabs, fighting for justice for Trayvon. And you know what the white man is doing to me? The white man keeps sending me my credit card bills. Can you believe that? I'm out there fighting for mother effing Trayvon, and the white man keeps sending me my credit card bills. And you know what? That's fine. That's fine, white man. Keep sending me those credit card bills, because it ain't no thing. Because you don't have to worry. I'll pay you your mother effing money, okay, for those credit card bills, because that's the way I roll. But I'm still fighting for Trayvon, even though the man's got his foot on my throat, trying to choke the life out of me, trying to oppress people like me and Trayvon, who just walk down the street with our Skittles and our iced tea and our hoodies. Rabs and I have our hoodies on tonight. You may not be able to see because of the camera. You know, it's not so high def. But if we're in high def, you'd see that we have our hoodies on tonight. Me and the Heat, the Miami Heat, are here fighting for mother effing Trayvon, justice for Trayvon, and we will not be discouraged.
I sense a lot of repressed hatred towards black people.
Look, ever since I was a child, when I was marching in Selma, Alabama, with Martin Luther King, so that black people could have the right to vote in America, like, I braved the bulldogs of...
You know what I think it is? I think you're from, like, you saw, like, the Aborigines in the outback of Australia, and you think of, like, all black people as having, like, as being spear chuckers with rings in their noses. And I think that's it.
Not at all, man. I am the most colorblind person you'll ever meet.
I was starting to think that
this
before.
show is
Tonight,
all about racial reconciliation, and because as Orthodox Jews we're primarily devoted to a value system, we don't see people in terms of black and white, we see people in terms of good and evil. But there are those out there like the Reverend Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton who are trying to whip up racial hysteria and racial hatred when we know nothing about this case. We don't really know what happened between Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman. We don't know any of the facts, but we've got a president out there who says, you know, if I had a son, he'd probably look a lot like Trayvon. Well, if I had a son, he'd probably look a lot like Trayvon, because I like the black sugar. You know I like the black sugar.
You do. Look right there.
And so, I mean, I have... I've walked down those roads, so to speak, and, I've gone out with some black women. And for all I know, I do have a son out there who looks a lot like Trayvon.
Your son would look more like Trayvon than Obama's son. Because he's a half whitey.
Right.
He's got those strong white genes.
Right.
But you give up your genes when you
And
plant
for all
your
I know,
seed.
Trayvon Martin was my son.
He probably was. He's around the right age for that.
About the right age for that, and for all I know... And we know nothing about what happened that night. So if you're all stirred up about the Trayvon Martin case, it means you don't have a life. You're jumping to conclusions and you're trying to rip up racial hatred in this country. And like, we have black Orthodox Jews in this neighborhood, and they integrate into the community completely according to their deeds.
Well, they're not. Black Orthodox, first of all, we don't use the word Orthodox.
Well, you don't use the word Orthodox.
Black Jews, right, is an oxymoron. There's no such thing as black Jews. When a black person converts, they become a Jew.
Right.
There's no blank Jew. It's you become a Jew.
Right.
We have Jews who have black skin.
Right.
Right. We have Jews who have white skin.
Right.
We have Jews that have blonde hair. We have Jews that have red hair.
I have a friend who has black skin who just completed his conversion to Orthodox Judaism.
Oh, Muslim talk.
And there are plenty of black Jews in this neighborhood.
No, they're not black Jews. They're Jews with black skin.
Jews with black skin who were born Jewish, grew up
but they just have dark
Jews
skin.
or secular, and they're completely accepted according to their deeds.
Sure.
So I grew up a Seventh-day Adventist, and again, people were accepted according to their deeds, according to the way they lived. So Seventh-day Adventists, there are tons of black and yellow and
right. It's not
browns
like the
and
Mormons
Seventh-day
where
Adventists.
they think
Right.
blacks are like some degenerate animal or
Well,
something.
they used to.
But
I
wasn't
mean, they're not
politically
like
correct.
that. They're not like that anymore.
Like, whoops, we gotta have that. God made a mistake there. God changed his mind.